Elias, everybody. All right. We've got, is it? Okay, but on deck it's Mikey McDonald. Up deck is Mikey McDonald. But coming to the stage, give it up for Colleen Johnston.
All right, so I have one girl and 3 boys. Started off with some hope, now I live in a frat house. My daughter and I were just like, the chair and co-chair of this fraternity. We're just writing the rules as we go. It's like, hey, little brother, if you're gonna knock yourself out by putting a bucket on your head and then running as fast as you can into a wall, how about you put your pants on first? Put some pants on. Yeah, I know, you probably couldn't see your pants with a bucket on your head. Sequencing. First the pants, then the bucket, then the concussion. That's how you do that. I grew up with an older sister. Anyone else the youngest in your family? Yeah, so all right. Older sister here that I had to share a room with. She didn't want me touching her stuff. She was also very dark. She liked slasher films. She liked horror movies. She, just couldn't stand the sight of me. Didn't want me to touch her stuff. So we would just antagonize each other throughout our whole childhood. Like, ooh, I'm touching your pentagram. And she would just roll her eyes and lay back in her coffin. It did kind of develop some dark thoughts in me, I guess, because I spent many years doing some self-harm. Spent a long time as a substitute teacher. Yeah, those junior hires, that's like the Lord of the Flies. And like the teachers were so obnoxious. They're like, oh my gosh, we never have enough teachers. We never have enough substitute teachers for this junior high. Like, yeah, it's called self-love. It's called self-love. I didn't have enough of that. My husband was a youth pastor in La Cunada in the 90s. Yes, my husband was Chris D'Elia's youth pastor. That is 100% the truth. I had like a People magazine, so it's big time. I was reading to my husband about why Chris D'Elia, was canceled for that time, and he literally got up and said, I don't want to hear anymore. He still has youth pastor affection for Chris D'Elia. I was a substitute teacher and sent a kid into the principal because he was rubbing boogers on his genitals. So he wrote me an apology letter, and I still have it. I literally have a letter filled with pornographic information about a 12-year-old named Zach who rubbed boogers on his genitals. So I think what the world needs more now, guys, is more youth pastors. That's my point. All right, thank you. I'm Colleen.